What up, YouTube? It's your brother Trey, man. Look, this is going to be a very unpopular episode. I know a lot of you guys come from the Manosphere. You guys watch Oshay, you watch mediocre story reviews, whatever. You're going to hate this video. The reason why you're going to hate this video is because I'm not going to attack them per se, but I guess the way that I talk, I still got to fix it, but it sounds like I'm attacking. It sounds like I have issues. It sounds like I'm hating and shit like that. No, I'm not. I'm just really trying to pick out and isolate the things that is here. So, mediocre story reviews. This video that I'm about to review right here real quick is Oshay Duke Jackson. He's reacting to a video that mediocre story reviews did, talking about how he's leaving the Manosphere space. I think it's so melodramatic. I think it's so dramatic. And here's the situation. What happens is a lot of creators, content creators, they make so much money online, right? And it starts to come in consistently for a while that they're like, why would I even get a job? So they go full time for this stuff. And then they realize that they are held accountable by society. People on the internet start to dictate and start to ruin certain things and sponsorships. And so honestly, what all this turns out to be is just money. It almost always comes down to money. My personal opinion, I think that mediocre story reviews started to get into it. I think it was more of a hobby, and the hobby turned into, a passion, and the passion turned into money. And then he decided, you know what, I should just go for this full time. Great, nothing wrong with that for real. But here's the situation. If you're not thinking long term about this situation, you lose your integrity. Here's the situation when it comes to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels started to get into, he did the fragrance reviews, videos, and then he did Manosphere type of content, and then he realized, you know what, this Manosphere stuff is only going to get me so far, so I'm going to start talking to women. I already saw this happening years ago, you guys, like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. Kevin's channel is a woman's channel. It's a woman's channel that comes from the man's perspective. It's a woman's channel, and people don't like me for saying that. I don't understand. I do understand it. It's because a lot of men, unfortunately, have so many big opinions on this on this space. They love to comment, but they never do the work. Never ever do the work. What I mean by the work is a lot of you motherfuckers don't read. This is a book. I was literally finishing a chapter when I saw this video come up, and I'm like, all right, man, I got to do a video on this because it's just so melodramatic. And then a lot of people on the comment space, YouTube space, it's just so weird to me. Like, a lot of men are just uneducated, just very uneducated. And I'm not talking about you. You're watching me. You obviously think that I have something that's valuable to say, and I'm going to try to make it worth your time, you guys. Seriously, I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to continue to get further and further with this because I have a plan. I plan doing this for life. I plan on doing this for life. And guess what? This isn't going to be my main source of income. Not at all. I would love for it to be, but I still have plans for outside of this YouTube space. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a little bit stressful because I care about it. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lose my integrity over this. And this is what I think it's come down to. Kevin Samuels is making a tremendous amount of money. He's found his niche, but he's a woman's channel. It's a woman's channel. He makes women content. So let's just go ahead and get to the video.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Oshay Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Fair Use, and I got my struggle t-shirt on today, so we're gonna have a good show. I'm reviewing my good buddy of mine's mediocre tutorials and reviews. Check him out, the first comment at the top, and he has a video that he posted a few days ago called Why I'm Leaving the Manosphere. You know we got to get into this, so guys, let's get into the video.
But anyway, here's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Who is your starting five? Who are the people that you can rely on at a moment's notice if the going gets tough, if your back's up against the wall, if you feel like you got pushed off of a cliff with no grappling hook in your utility?
Look. We're not gonna watch the whole video because it's just so melodramatic, man. I'm sorry. Like, he's a good content creator. He makes decent content. I actually never was a fan, honestly. I didn't sit there and watched his videos. I couldn't do it. It was way too like done up, mainstream. I'm grimy. What Kodak Black say? He said, I'm not slimy, I'm grimy. I'm grimy. My content is raw. It's rough. It's not all the way done up. And I like it like that. I kind of want to keep it that way. I love Moist Critical, Penguin Zero's content because that's what it was. That's what made me subscribe to his content. I'm like, how are you having 10 million, almost 11 million subscribers, and you are still on a budget webcam? It's because he doesn't change. He is himself unapologetically. You are rocking with him for him. That's the way I want to be in this space. You're going to rock with me for me, regardless of what the hell I say. Of course, you're going to try to hold me accountable with some stuff, and I'm going to open up to it. I'm going to be open-minded to it. If you put some comments down below that are sound, I will try to listen to it. I will respond to it. But you know what? Like, this let's just get into it, man. Let's get into it. You're going to see what I'm talking about.
Ability belt, so to speak, right? Who's your starting five? Who are those people that you can depend on if you have to make a call at 3:30 in the morning? Who are those people? Have you identified those people? Have you built relationships with them deep enough where they felt they can do the same with you? Or do you live in forever acquaintances? See, there's some pros and there's some cons regarding deep connection, deep relationship.
Let me stop right there. You're making some pretty good, interesting points. I haven't watched this video, but I'm pretty sure or I know where it's going to this phase. Because I left the Black Manosphere a few days ago. Let me tell you this. A lot of us, when we join these spaces that are for men's rights or things being unfair to men, a lot of times you come into spaces, sometimes with guys that you would never hang around ever again in your life, like in real life. This guy's an MBA. I went to medical school. Some of us have law degrees. And online you might be hanging out with people who might not.
Listen, man, here's the deal. This is really the deal. Kevin Samuels set the standard. He set the standard when AMS, Steph is Cold, O'Shea, and things like that. You know, they were here. But Kevin Samuels, he set the standard. He showed all of these guys what is possible. And so what is happening is, once again, it's about the moolah, baby. It's the money. It's the money, and it's not being pigeonholed. Here's the situation when it comes to this Manosphere BS. Even Oshay Duke Jackson is talking about this stuff, man. I'm a little disappointed to hear this, but I understand. Once again, he's like, look, I'm leaving the Black Manosphere. I left a couple days ago. What they're really trying to tell you is that I'm tired of being pigeonholed. There's a glass ceiling in the content that I've been creating, and I need to start talking to women. I need to open up my content to women. I need to open up my content to everyone, to everything, because it's so pigeonholed. I'm actually getting drawn out. I'm getting tired of making the same type of content day in and day out. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying, but they put it into 3 words. 4 words. I'm leaving the Manosphere. All of what I just said, they are saying that, except they put it in those 4 words right there. I'm leaving the Manosphere. Because there's a glass ceiling with this type of content that I'm doing. I need to get bigger. Most of my money is coming from online, and the stuff that I'm saying, a lot of women aren't liking it, and I'm not getting a lot of money from this content, so I need to step it up. I need to do a little bit more, right? This is what it's about, man. This is what it's about. And so I think it's a lack of foresight, right? And once again, this is just an unpopular opinion. I don't have 300,000 subscribers. I don't have 400,000 subscribers. I don't have 500,000 subscribers. I don't have 1 million, 1.3 million like Kevin. But what I do have is I have the blessing to not have most of my money come from online. I don't have any money coming from online. And that's great, because I can be myself. I don't have to be held accountable from this stuff. If I do make a lot of money from this stuff, fantastic. But guess what? I'm also going to have stuff outside of this YouTube stuff. That's how you hold your integrity. That's how you, and then I'm not even trying to come into it with this Manosphere type of BS, you guys. Like, I think it's very cringy. It's very cringe. And, you know, once again, you guys, this is Unpopular Opinions. I'm going to change the name of the channel back to Trey's Unpopular Opinions because I think that just suits a little bit better. I do a lot of commentary on this channel, so I think it just suits a little bit better. What do you guys think about that?
Necessarily being the same level as you in certain aspects doesn't make him a bad person, but it's just true, right? And so what can happen because, you know, that person's going through child support or that person's going through something in life in the system and you're both black. Oh, you know what? Like, man, this guy is a cool guy. He's saying some of the same thing I'm saying. And then what happens is that, you know, you think that they're your friend, right? Well, we're going to find out that a lot of shit that's going on in the manosphere, white or black, a lot of it has to do with relationships with people that are the creators themselves. And that's probably where we're getting to in this video. I'm not sure, but let's go.
Building a starting five as opposed to living in forever acquaintances. And let me tell you about a couple of those. I'll start with forever acquaintances. I love forever acquaintances, right? A lot of people want to talk shit just on having fly-by-night type of friends, but having fly-by-night type of friends can be fun. You know, these are the friends that always knows what's happening within the city. They always got the shit that's popping off. Shit, they might even invite you to a trip out the country, you know what I'm saying? Popping bottles, living free. These are the highlight components of life, but you know, you never really talk about life with them. You never build deep, you know, relationships. You never go beyond the surface level of interaction with them, but they can be fun to be around. But you'll often find that you'll look back on photos and the fly-by-night friends are not with you as you enter into different stages of life. I think it's safe for me to say that I have completely entered a different stage of life. I've talked about it on the channel.
Let's start the show. Different stages of life. And I'm going to tell you where the manosphere has a problem in both the manosphere proper and the black manosphere communities. When you come in, you're kind of all at the same level. And a lot of the guys that you meet here, yeah, they are your acquaintances, okay? Won't call any names, but they're your acquaintances. And fly-by-night type of friends. And people serve a reason a lot of times in your life. But as you start to get and matriculate through the space, and don't get me wrong, women have issues too. And that's what I thought when I initially started here. Like, well, you know, the problem with the black community is that, you know, like black women, they've been so socialized that they are against black, some of them are against black men, and that's the real problem, and black men need to have a voice about that. There is certain truth to that, but do you know what the real truth about it in any men's movement? The biggest enemy to men, white or black, are men themselves. Okay? And what happens is that you have one group of men who forever want to stay the same. They're cool to be around, they're fun to be around, but those guys are fundamentally not builders. They have no idea of how to work.
All right, so what he's talking about, absolutely true. Everyone can relate to this. There are obviously guys around, women, people around that are comfortable being complacent. You know what I mean? But let's get to the meat. Let's get to the real part. Let's get to the real heart of the situation. The manosphere content has a glass ceiling. You can't grow past this. These people have garnished such an amazing amount of people around them, a huge following. Now they're realizing that they've hit a glass ceiling. This is it. This is the whole thing. And it's just so, they're trying to put it in nice words and trying to make it sound sexier than what it is. No, it's a glass ceiling with the content. You're just trying to break through. You want to be better. You want to be bigger than what you're pigeonholed into being. That's it. Okay, let's just leave it at that.
With people are doing anything like that. And then once another group of guys, they're like, wait a minute, you guys are really not that serious. We want to do something a little bit different. Expand ourselves, expand our horizons, go into different markets. You know? For the, you know, if in the whole community benefits from that, right? When you get people that expand the message. Others are upset about that. And those acquaintances become enemies simply because you're moving up in life. And I'm going to tell you, That's the real issue that we're having here in the manosphere. The guys that are leaving in both sectors, white or black, is because you have guys who are doing a lot better and going to other different places, have realized that, hey, maybe the biggest problem in here is not black women or women in general. We have a lot of problems with men and jealousy.
That's not it. That's not even just it. I'm going to tell you something that I heard DJ Academics talk about. He said, he put it like this. He said, would you rather be right or liked? DJ Academics said it is so much better to be liked than it is to be right. He is dealing in the entertainment industry. He talks, he lives, breathes, eats, sleeps entertainment. The fakest stuff in the world, right? The people that get paid the most money aren't the people that are real, right? The people that get paid the most money are the people that set the standard and give the people what they want and give the people what they like. It's not always about being right. That's one of the issues out there. It's not always talking about what you want and what you feel about certain things. Now, of course, some people can live off of doing that. But once again, there's a glass ceiling to this stuff. People are making more money, expanding their markets, expanding their horizons, which honestly, I feel like if you're going to start this content, if you're going to get on YouTube, you've got to be ready to do that. You've got, like, I plan to do this for life. I plan to do this for life. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter how many. But here's the deal. A lot of people may not like me. A lot of people may not find the content that I watch. I've made almost 400 videos. You guys, it sounds like a lot. I may not be getting the amount of success I could be doing if I just did one niche. But I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to get bigger. Simply for just making lots of content and for putting myself out there. And because I plan on doing new things. I planned on doing this from the jump. A lot of these guys, it's just melodramatic, man. It's really just melodramatic. It's a glass ceiling. Once again, it's a glass ceiling. It's better to be liked than it is to be right. And a lot of men that jumped into the space were wanting to be right by talking about women's nature, talking about the black issues. And even though that they're right about it, you're not always going to be liked. And if you're not liked a lot, the money isn't going to really come that way. And this is where Kevin Samuels came from. He said, you know what? I'm getting a lot of men in here, but let me open up to women. Women, there's a lot of money with women. It's a lot of money with women. Got to get the women get on board with it, you know? It's just the way it is. And so they're tired of being pigeonholed.
Not a lot. I probably mentioned it a couple of times in the sense of, not really banging with my Fridays and Saturday nights anymore. But like I look forward to my mornings, and just working on my purpose, working to optimize things that I see wrong with the channel and, front end, back end, like all of those kind of things. And I feel really accomplished when I'm crossing things off of my checklist. The thing is that this type of lifestyle is not the fly-by-night lifestyle, but, a large component of my 20s, I live a fly-by-night lifestyle. I think every stage of life has a particular purpose, but you can evolve through it. Some people never leave the fly-by-night cycle.
And so here's the situation. Once again, look, he's simply just putting in nice, eloquent words and trying to put a story behind it. But it's a glass ceiling. The content, the manosphere, it's a glass ceiling. He is saying with all these nice words and stuff like that, basically, I love the content. I know you guys want me to bash women and stuff like that, but I'm going to start expanding my market. Mediocre Tutorial Reviews came out, said he had cancer. And, I wish the best for him with that. I hope, hopefully he's gone. He's been through a tremendous amount. And so I want you guys to understand, I'm not sitting here hating. I'm not berating. I'm not bashing. What I'm simply trying to do is I'm simply just trying to say with less words what these guys are really, really trying to say. All right? This is like women. Women say all these things. They go around the bush. And then what they're trying to tell you is that, look, I'm horny. Just hit me up. Pick me up. Let's go. Let's do the thing. I'm just cutting straight through it, right? Cutting straight through it. Actually, it was a girl that told me about Media Consortium Reviews. I didn't even know who he was until this girl told me about it. I used to work with at my mortgage company. She's like, you kind of remind me of Media Consortium Reviews. You should look him up. Watch him. I'm like, okay. I literally couldn't really finish it. I'm like, what is this, man? And I'm not bashing him. I'm not hating on him and stuff like that. Obviously, he's doing something right. He's got 400,000 subscribers. He's doing something right. And I'm not sitting here hating. What I'm here to tell you, once again, is I'm just trying to give you the shortest route to what they're really trying to say. You know? It's a glass ceiling.
To each their own. It's not for me anymore. Anyway, picking a starting five, solidifying who these amazing people within your life, it's very rewarding. However, it can also be very taxing as well. Because if you do not select correctly, or if you let someone into your proverbial inner circle before that they have been properly vetted, these are the people that can bring you down into the abyss as well.
Without saying any names, we all know what he's talking about. It could be somebody in your personal life. You don't have to say any names either. You know? I don't want to live the fly-by-night lifestyle. I'm looking for something a little bit more meaningful. And as content creators, you're only as good as the meaningful relationships that you have with other creators that have influence in the space. Now, do we make mistakes? Do people make errors and judgments against one another? Absolutely, but there's a decorum in the way to handle things. Okay? And now, once you start letting people into your space who, because you're doing well as a creator, those people can turn on you. Those people will turn on you. And what happens is that when you notice that, especially in the era of clout, it's like, okay, we came here to address men's issues, but then now the issues we're having are with content creators. Like, hey, MTR doesn't even beef with guys. Go look at the videos people are making about him. Kevin Samuels, the same thing. All right. What do people come? We came here to do is talk about men's issues to bring light to it. We're content creators, some of the best in the business. But then what you see is you're only really as good as the people around you. And when you have bad relationships with people around you, and I'm not saying that they do, but this is what's happening. It's not women that are creating these issues. These are men creating these issues.
Okay. Oshay's a bit right with that. I'm not, he's, the one thing I will disagree and say, he said that you're only as good as the people around you. That's not true. The people around you can hold you down, but you can be that shining light amongst your peers, right? It's just that people are going to hold you down. I think that you can still get the things that you want if you still have the people around you, certain people around you. But then there are also certain people that can get you caught up in situations you don't want to be in. I'm talking about your hood friends. I'm talking about but here's the deal, man. They all have their position and they all have their place. But it's really about you. You are. It sounds generic. Michael Jackson said, "If we want to change the world, it's the man in the mirror." Man in the mirror, oh yeah. You are the one that changes the world around you. If you haven't finished The Alchemist, I highly suggest you guys read The Alchemist. You improve yourself, everything else around you is improved. Everything else around you becomes better because you are better. It's really about you. Yes, you're going to have to drop your circle. Yes, you're going to have to trim the fat. Yes, you're going to have to put people in certain positions to play a role in your life. That might mean you have to distance yourself from it. But all in all, you're in situations that you put yourself in. There are obviously situations you can't control, but you can control the way you react to them. You control the trajectory of your life. That's what it really comes down to, you guys. And if you made it through this 24 minutes with me, I truly appreciate it, man. I know it's a lot of content. It's a lot of time that you're investing with it, but I hope you get something from it. You know what I mean? Like, this is just melodramatic, man. It really is. You have all the control in your life that you need. You know, you can't control everything, but you control yourself, and that's more than enough. Kanye West said it. What do I think I am? I'm a God. We all have God in us. We all have a God in us. The ability to manifest. Bring into physical manifestation the stuff you have in your head, you guys. That is the essence of a God that we all have.
These are the ones that, when they talk to you, it's more negative than positive.
Hello.
These are the ones that, make it to a certain stage in life and forego developing.
Hello.
These are the ones that seem to bring you more challenges regarding your decisions as opposed to solutions. Those.
Boom. That's a rat. Okay. And I will never hate on the Black Manosphere community, but I mean, in all sectors of the Manosphere, and I kind of see what's going on in the Manosphere proper sector. Like you have, again, this is not women that are doing this. You have people that want to be solution oriented, in the problems, work with a lot of guys. I work with tons of creators, and not all of them are what he's saying. But when it comes to the point that you have this, it's like, okay, I have the talent, I have the infrastructure. Why am I dealing with this? And just like in the Black community, the people who perform better are going to have an opportunity to go different places. And again, that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing the guys that can say, you know what, let me just take my ball and go home, because there's too much of this kind of, Negro stuff going on here. That's what you're seeing.
Once again, man, I think this is very irresponsible of Oshay Duke Jackson, and I think it's irresponsible of Mediocre Tutorial Reviews. They weren't talking about how men are the issues around them. No, they did this to themselves. They did this to themselves. This is another example of unaccountability. The men in the Manosphere are unaccountable. You put yourself in this situation. You know what? The people, your audience, like the stuff you're putting out. And now Oshay and Mediocre Tutorial Reviews want to blame the other men around them. Obviously, men do have some issues. I don't mess with a lot of guys in particular because a lot of guys are complacent in the area that they're in. And once again, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to identify that. You have to recognize that yourself. It's not even just men. It's a lot of women too. I know a lot of girls that left their old girlfriends that they just partied and hang out with because those girls weren't headed in other directions. But guess what? They have their place. They might be the fun people. You don't talk about life things with those people. In this situation, they chose to make this content. We didn't sit here. There weren't people just like Nikocado Avocado. He chose, yes, you got a lot of views from making this content of just eating lots of food, but no one's sitting there with a gun to your head telling you to do this. You are still in control of your actions. And so, once again, just say it. Just say it. Oshay, Mediocre Tutorial Reviews, just say it. There's a glass ceiling to this Manosphere content. I just want to go out there, not blaming the other men around you. That ain't it. You guys decided to make this content. You guys, this is just mind-boggling to me. This is exactly what these guys say women do. This is unaccountability.
But if you do your due diligence to understand, the different personality traits of those that you put within your starting five, then those can be the most rewarding experiences. I've also said this on the channel as well, is that when I consider joy and happiness, I really think that the human condition considers the amount of people within your life that you love and can honestly say that love you back. Deep quality relationships. I'd rather have 5 people of deep quality relationships than 100 acquaintances. Here's the reason why I bring all this up in the context of me having a bad day yesterday. Just keep this in mind as you are creating friendships throughout your life, is that when everything is going good, it's high time for your acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
But when things are not so good, the acquaintances will slowly shift to the back. And the times that are not so good are really the times that define you as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? When times are bad, your starting 5 are the ones that will help push you through.
Oh my God. This shit is so dramatic. But once again, man, I have not gone through the experiences that mediocre tutorial reviews has, and so I absolutely want to pay my due diligence and my respect to him, because when your mortality is thrust in front of your eyes, thrust in front of your face, that's a different type of experience. That's a different type of way of looking at the world, that if someone hasn't gone through an experience like that, they will not be able to understand. And so I once again want to just say that, you guys, like, I totally respect the things that he's going through. Just not being upfront and honest about the whole situation, you guys. I'm just talking about the issues with this message, right? I had a tornado happen, you guys. It was so close to my house. Felt like I had to go into the bathtub because it was that close to me. I unplugged my computer, put it up, because this is a $2,000 computer, you guys. $2,000. It's gonna take me months to make. It'll take me about a couple weeks to make it again, but it's like I don't want to pay $2,000 again. That's $2,000 I could use towards getting a new car. It's $2,000 I could use to buy my mom, my sister some gifts and stuff like that, you guys. And so what I'm trying to say is that I completely understand where he's coming from. Completely understand. But come on, man. Stop, come on.
Now, he never mentioned Manosphere in that video at all. But we're living online. Let's just be honest with us. The name of the video is called While Moving Manosphere. But you meet a lot of guys here on the internet. These guys don't know you. Don't give a shit about you. Don't care if you live or die. And when you're new to the internet, you don't really know that. But on the YouTube space, you have very few people that are really your friends in life in general. People that are really solid people. And in the Manosphere, in both black and white, you're dealing with a lot of people who just are not good people in the content creator community. It sucks for the subscribers, but this is what we're at. And I understand exactly what he's saying. I've talked to him. Bro, at
the end of the day, it's a money grab. It's a freaking money grab. This red pill wave was such a huge, lucrative, easy wave to jump into. That's what it is. But there was a glass ceiling to it. Kevin Samuels broke past the glass ceiling. He showed what it could be. He created the entire rubric around it, and it's his niche. But these men, these people, these content creators, they want to do much more. It's a glass ceiling. But of course they can't come out and tell you guys this stuff.
He put this video out, but I've talked to him before. He's a really nice guy. He's a really genuine hearted guy. He's a guy with a lot of integrity. And what happens is that a lot of men in the Manosphere community are looking for value. Creators leave because of the issues that happen between creators. And that's something that I hope that can be rectified in both communities, the greater Manosphere proper and the black Manosphere. But this is why people are leaving. Okay, this is why I left. And I'm not saying I'm perfect or even he's perfect, but this is what happens. Okay, in this space, you guys have seen it. You guys can look on live streams night after night, and you can see the bickering and the fighting and the arguing between people. And then you see that, hey, listen, oh, this guy is turning information on the other guy. He's flipping on the other guy. I'm just saying, it's like the streets. It's like the dope game or something like that. But guys, what do you think? Shout out to MTR. Check him out. First come up at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. Shout out to Quasi for the edits. I'm out.
Here's another situation why I have an issue with that. He's talking about he left the Manosphere, but literally at the bottom left-hand of the corner of the screen, it said Negro Manosphere. I like Oshay Duke Jackson. I like him. And the reason why is because he's in this the commentary area. He's in the news area and stuff like that. He loves to document. It's like the journalism and stuff like that, right? Now, a lot of people consider it, reactionary content, but here's the deal. If you're good enough at it, you're always going to be here. Look at DJ Academics. He's always going to be here. No matter what people say about him, no matter what people talk about, no matter what artists hate him, the pen, the media is actually talked about in one of the 48 Laws of Power. This is how I know people don't read. People don't pay attention. The media is in the 48 Laws of Power. Robert Greene talks about how you have got to always be on the side of the media. The media can destroy you. Look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump honestly, I think is probably one of the best presidents in this time, in this era. We should have Donald Trump instead of Joe Biden's sleepy ass, right? Now, I understand a lot of you not going to like me for that, but once again, I'm going to change the channel to Trey's Unpopular Opinions, you guys. It's going to be Unpopular Opinions because here it is, man. The media. I'm just using Donald Trump as an example. He wasn't on the side of the media. The media destroyed him. The media got Joe Biden in the office, right? Now, whether or not Joe Biden was going to be the better, or Donald Trump was going to be the better option, it didn't matter. What mattered was the media, was the story, was how people interpreted it, right? So that's what is going down. So you got to be on the side of the media. But this situation, man, is so melodramatic. It's just too melodramatic. And matter of fact, I'm actually going to get on stream today, and we're going to talk about this, you guys. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to upload this video, another video, and then I'm going to get on stream. I'm going to come home after I hit the gym, work out really hard, you guys, and we're going to get to it. We're going to get into it. We're going to make this happen. We're going to make this work happen, you know what I'm saying? That being said, man, it's your brother Trey. What do y'all think about this, man? What do y'all think about this? I'll see y'all on the next one.